You see when he punched that nigga helmet?
Oh yeah.
Bro, he punched dude and literally just in the helmet. Like, oh. Like what the fuck is going on?
The kid fight scene was funny all around. He just fucking fucked them up. All the kids when they tried to.
Oh yeah,
like,
hey.
He literally treated them like
he kept
kids.
slapping that one. Oh, we gonna get into it, bro.
One in the chest
Let's get into it.
He's got more flavor than flame. Haters that hating the greatness is brave. Been over a decade, finessing the game. Been training for years, just getting to the game. Once it opens, I'm out in the open, running like it's anime. Enjoying animated ACID days, more so than the beach from D-Day. Listen to what he say, watch me say, changing my ways, yet the old me stays. Get wasted, I act the ass like Kanye. My brain.
Welcome to Watchin' Shit and Spoiling It with your host, Hateful J, and my dog, Sugar Shane, the ugliest motherfucker on the planet. No, what's up, nigga? Make sure before we get started, guys, hit the like over there. It's over there. If you're on your phone, it's over there. The sub is right, chum. You know where it's at by now. If you're on your PC, it's like they both kind of in the same area. Whatever. Today we got Extraction. Netflix original. Your boy Thor. Or let's say Chris Hemsworth, most known as Thor. That nigga played some other shit, but don't nobody give a damn.
What the fuck are we doing here? For real.
This shit was action-packed. Literally action. Pretty much gave you enough story just to give you some more action.
Right. It seemed like a movie you don't really like. I knew you go into it and you don't really. The story wasn't gonna really be there, and that's pretty much exactly what it is, honestly.
Now,
I feel like it had potential to be a really like a way better story.
Yeah, but I feel like it would have been. It would have been longer. It probably would have been different.
Yeah, less focused on action.
Yeah, and it was all action.
Yeah.
But like he was saying, it's minimal storyline, but a really good movie. You just want to see some people get fucked up. Now I will say
it's a fun movie to watch.
The first time I watched it, I was not impressed. I was getting a John Wick feel. You know, like the consecutive, like
I felt the same.
The overkill stuff.
Because he did that boom boom.
Yeah,
You know,
like shot you. You know what I'm saying? Like stab.
People love that. That's why you do it. So,
Yeah.
So you got to throw that in there. You know.
But I mean, Keanu started something with that. But it's fire. And let's start at the beginning. We open up with Avi Mahjong Jr.
Damn.
You know
that
what
whole
I'm saying?
name in
Got his
there.
name, bro. You know what I'm saying?
First name.
I'm gonna know shit this whole episode. Y'all been seeing me forget everything. I'm gonna be remembering stuff.
Bullshit.
Shane always be knowing everything. I gotta get on his level.
Ain't nobody thinking about you.
He's I could never remember that Elizabeth Moss bitch's name. I gotta remember this name, this long ass.
Why you
name.
call her a bitch, dog?
Sorry. That's true.
Hey, he meant that. Anyway, we start with Avi Mahjong Jr. Now, Avi is the son of Avi Mahjong Sr., who was like one of India's biggest drug lords. We start off with him in school. You know, he leaving his little private school. It's a normal day. He go home, you know, texting his buddy from school. They like sneak out to some club.
Yeah.
When we say this is action, this starts right from the jump. It ain't no sweet roll into none of these things, bro. Like they get busy. So he meets at the club, meets his friend at the club. They like sneak to the back. Like, what, they smoking weed or something?
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. They went out back like to go smoke a joint or whatever.
Yeah.
And Popo rolls up.
Police! He's coming this way!
The Popo. Oh, you so white, man. Sorry. But it comes back like, where'd you get this? Whatever.
He dropped it on the ground.
Yeah.
And he was like, did you drop something? And he was like, no, I didn't. You know?
Yeah. But the cop kind of acts plays off like, oh, you're good. Pretty much like your kids.
Oh, he said, you have your whole life to live.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's what
but
he
he
said.
was lying because he put the gun right up to the other, not Avi, but his friend, and blew his fucking head off. So that happens. And Avi is kidnapped. Now, we told you he's the son of a drug lord, not a drug dealer, not the motherfucking Pac-Man, not none of that. He's a drug lord. He runs
the drug
part
lords.
of the country type shit.
Right.
But one of his rivals is a dude from Bangladesh, Amir Seer, something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Phenomena.
He kidnaps his son. Now, Amir is the counterpart to him. He's just as big.
Wants to basically take him out so he can be the best. The
Yeah.
number one,
And
know?
Avi
It's just like
Avi
that
Senior's
typical
in
shit.
jail at the moment too. We forgot about that.
Yeah, right.
Avi Senior's in jail. He got his people on the outside, but he's fucking locked up while this is happening. So Amir takes his son. Amir pretty much has the police under his control, partial military. So he's the man, and he's not in jail. So he's still running shit. We go to Avi Mahjong Sr. in jail, and he talking to, like, I guess his right-hand man.
It's like I guess it's like his hitman or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
like, you know, the dude will do the dirt for him.
He's like head of security
Yeah,
type.
right.
He's head of muscle. I don't remember this dude's name.
Either.
We don't call him Slickback. He had the Slickback. So he's telling Slickback, like, Slickback delivered the news, like, your son got kidnapped. And Avi Senior's pretty much like, if you want your son to live, you get my son back.
Said he didn't want your family to live.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill his whole family.
Yeah.
Stuff. His
So
wife and everything.
Slickback was pretty much like, pretty sure he was thinking, fuck you. But, he was like, all right, I gotta do what I gotta do. Went home.
Right.
His wife discussed just paying a ransom, because there was a ransom there. But it wasn't doable. It wasn't affordable. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't something that was doable. So he had to go mercenary on him. Okay? So his duty is now to go save the son. Now we jump to Thor, Chris Hemsworth, whatever you want to call him, at the top of a mountain, hanging with his buddies, and we're building up to super tough guy. Now let's talk about his toughness in this movie, bro.
He's pretty tough, and it's not even really corny tough, man. He's like you believe that he's a badass. You know what I'm saying? Like I honestly believe, like, he did a good job in this movie. I felt like
when they break down his whole persona and his complex, it's pretty dope.
Tyler has an obvious death wish. Like, he doesn't care to die, and we'll get into why he probably doesn't care about that. But it shows when he jumps off that cliff. Like, he really just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, it's like at 30 feet. I think
it was more than that.
Because the dude threw the rock, he was like about 30 feet. Like, that's
Oh,
high.
he did he say that? Okay.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Why do you freak out? I've jumped off of like 30 feet before, and the guy was like, "What are you doing?" Like,
That's
like,
white people stuff. Y'all jump off of anything.
Oh shit!
I'm not doing that. Anywho, Tyler jumps off the thing, and I don't know if you peeped this, and my lady peeped it. I didn't peep it at first. But remember, he jumped in the water and he kind of meditated underwater.
I peeped it.
That's so it's a foreshadow for something, and then we'll get to it.
For sure. But that's the other thing that they kind of show you, that he has a death wish. He jumped from this tall cliff, and he's like, holding his breath for as long as possible. He's even letting his air out on purpose, you know, to stay under there.
So where do we go from there? Oh, he's home. He goes wherever he stays, his little place with his Oxycontin out. You know what I mean? That's his drug of choice. He ends up needing them throughout the movie. And the Nick chick comes in. Okay. She walks in. Now, what I can't remember from that, though, is what were they? What was she?
They probably
were they CIA?
Well, I think they're all mercenaries.
Yeah,
they're special forces in a way, because she doesn't look like it until when you see her starting to do shit at the end. So obviously she's super skilled as well as he is.
Yeah, hella action in this movie, bro. Shit was, like I said, second watch, it was definitely a lot of oohs and ahs. So the movie is called Extraction. If you haven't picked up by now, the point is to get this little boy back. So we know that Slickback is told by Avi Singer to go get him. Now the chick, he was calling her Nick. She comes in, and apparently she got the job from the father too. So she came and got Thor and his hammer. Hulk came. Iron Man was there. Captain America. I'm just playing. So he takes the job. He was, telling her, like, there's nobody even crazy enough that would do this shit. Blase, blase, blase.
Because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to take it. And you get money for it, so why not?
Yeah, get paid, nigga. So it's her, it's Chris Hemsworth, and their little team. You know what I mean? You had the sniper homie. You had a few people. And everybody dies at some point. I'm just saying. I'm just playing. But yeah. A lot of people died. Bro. The plan is to go in and talk to the people who kidnapped the boy, make a deal, bring him, and come back and bring him money. They want to make sure the boy was actually alive, and he was gonna come back and bring him money.
And that was a good part. I like that part.
No, I really like the part. And this is where the first big action scene kicks off.
That's where you're like, all right, I'm gonna give this movie a chance. 'Cause that's pretty dope.
Yeah. So you want to break it down? You want to break it down?
So like they, obviously because they're gangsters, they don't want him to see what's going on, so they put a bag on his head, walk him up there, all handcuffed, zip tied, and they're fucking with him, bullying him, shit like that. They take the bag off. All he keeps saying is pay, and he's like, okay, let me see the kid, and he's just like not acknowledging it. And they're all just pointing guns in his face, and then he like grabs one guy and pulls him towards him, like, are you gonna shoot me? Yeah. And then the one dude puts the pistol to his forehead slowly, and then pulls the trigger, and then they all joke
and just laughs.
Yeah, because he didn't even blink, and he says that like, you didn't even blink, you crazy?
Yeah.
He's like, you don't have a magazine in it, like showing that he's like, he's a bad motherfucker, and he don't care, like we were just saying. But then they go out, and while they're walking, one of the bad dudes gets sniped. And then Chris Hemsworth throws this dude down the stairs and chokes him to death with his zip ties. Yeah. And then breaks the fucking zip ties like he's Thor, like, bah.
Yeah. Because he was Thor. Because he's Thor, bro. Like, he's 100% Thor. It's Thor. The one part of this fight I loved, which let me know the level of action I was about to get, was the 17 stabs in the one dude neck. The rake.
Yeah.
Smacked the dude with the
Which is
rake,
when
broke
his
it,
last name is Rake.
stabbed him. It was Tyler Rake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, but the way he goes up there, he the guy who was stuck the gun in his face and pulled the trigger with no bullets was about to answer the door, and Tyler blows the fucking door open. Kills that guy first.
Yeah.
And then comes in and just starts, John Wick.
They get busy. They get busy.
I mean, he got the AK. Dude, that was dope how he used the AK like a sword. Like, he was blocking shit with the AK, and then he was doing the John Wick pop, shot stuff. And all that shit was dope.
There was a lot of
fire.
arm breaking, close range bullets to the face
that was
type
fire.
action.
And then, like you said, then he broke. Then he
Stabbed the dude with the rake, and then he saw the rake
Rolled him
head
over.
after fighting. Yeah.
That was dope. That was like UFC
Flipped him.
grappling. It was perfect. He rolled him over. And
Squished his face on it. It was fire.
I heard Chris Hemsworth actually did majority of the stunts for this movie, which I respect too.
That's fire. It was more blood in this movie than a fucking vampire movie.
Rambo
Beautiful
and everything about
choreography.
it,
Catching motherfuckers on the corners.
Yeah.
A lot of close range bullets to the face. A lot of repetitive bang, 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 bang.
Right.
Straight John Wick shit.
Right. But then he gets into the fight with that guy, and they fucking go at it. That was an awesome ass fight.
See, bro, about this
Knife
this
all that
fight,
stuff.
these niggas started fighting on the roof. Now, once they fell off the roof, they both hit their faces on the truck. Chris Hemsworth hit the front of his face, Slick back hit the back of his head. So you think shit should be pretty much,
Man.
they should be tired. Nah.
They're fighting to the death. And
They start with the knife fight. I mean, we can't give you every piece of choreography. It's a lot of fighting. It's a lot of fighting. But eventually Chris Hemsworth get hit by a fucking car.
Yeah. Yeah, he was winning. He was kind of losing the fight, and then he had the upper hand, and then bam, gets hit
By a car. So Slickback's walking away with the kid. Shit happens. This nigga get hit by a car.
Bitch ass nigga.
But they both get shot. They both get stabbed. While they're fighting each other. You know what I mean? They both shooting and stabbing each other and get hit by whole vehicles. These are big delivery vehicles, bro.
They do have bulletproof vests and stuff on. But that's not that much protection.
It's not a car-proof vest.
I feel you though. They're also
you put on a vest and get hit by one of them Indian delivery vehicles and tell me, nigga, what? In the movie, when you think when I watch movies, I think about the real life part. When Slickback got hit by the car, he flew into another car. He was already stabbed. This nigga should be
beat up though. At least
they was smacking each other, bro. Dude's knot on his face was great makeup work, but like I said, it was
that broken nose is pretty gross.
the movie was a bloodfest. So they get away. They eventually get away from him because he hits him. Chris Hemsworth come back to hit him with a car, hit Slickback with the car. Avi hops in and they bounce out. What's next? I don't want to skip nothing. We missed something. So right after he gets away with the kid, you go to Amir Asir, which is the rival. We go to him on the rooftop.
Oh yeah, where
He's with all his little goons and shit.
Yeah,
and all his goons are children, they're teenagers.
Right, a bunch of kids.
And they're trying to figure out who took some money. So you got this big, another slick poof back, kind of mullety, dark Indian dude.
He was a good bad guy.
He was he was definitely a goon built type motherfucker.
He's a younger guy. He's hungry.
I hated his hair, bro. I hated that nigga hair, dog. Man's hair was terrible, bro.
It was too.
He had a mullet, Diana Ross.
Prince.
Yeah, bro. Some other shit going on. But so you start off that thing like we was talking about earlier. They didn't used to kill kids in movies. So they're pretty much trying to get some information out to kids. Somebody took some money or something. He threw the first little dude off the roof.
Straight up.
Just threw him off the roof. I thought he was going to hold him. He was like, nah, I go, bye-bye.
Yeah, I did
and he threw that nigga.
And called him swine.
So
and then they were about to do it again.
Then we pan over to, we pan over to Amir Sear in the midst of this. And you see he's the younger cat. You know what I mean? Gold glasses, gold rings. He probably owned a tiger or two. You know what I mean? With the Jerry curl. Versace on. You know what I'm saying? He out there dressed like a fucking, I don't know.
He probably has a genie.
100%. Or a dude that thinks he's a genie.
I wouldn't be surprised if he has a little monkey sidekick.
But this is the scene where they show you his personality, his power, how much of a bad guy he is. So before they can throw the second kid, one of the older kids in the thing steps up wait. And he says, I know.
He was the oldest one out of them.
Yeah.
And he's got a crazy scar from his ear to
crazy scar to his mouth.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
Half a Joker smile.
Yeah, right. So he's gone through some shit already.
Yeah.
And I knew he was going to be important in the movie.
Yeah. So he pretty much steps up no, I know who did it. He's like, who? He was like, Sadid, the one you just killed.
That's an easy that's an easy bailout.
Yeah.
And they didn't even like they just like believed him. Like, all right.
No, he knew because remember he pulled him over and was like,
he said you're clever.
He's
that's
like, you're
true."
clever.
Yeah.
And he told the other kids like, this is how you survive. You know what I mean? Like this is how you survive. Like whatever. But he still had to give him 2 fingers.
Right.
Right as he was about to cut his fingers off, his colonel walked in. That's when he told him that the boy got away.
Right.
That Thor got the boy. Thor and the hammer rescued the boy. The hammer was involved. I don't care what you say. That he had the hammer the whole time. So fast forward back to where we were. All these kids catch him in the van in the alleyway waiting because they're waiting for homeboy. They're waiting for Hopper.
They got machine guns. They're just busting cabs.
Yeah.
Like, just straight up. Like they're in the van. They're about to go, and then they flick the motorcycle light on, and Chris Hemsworth is staring at her, Tyler, I should say.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit. And then he's like, all right, get out. So he makes them run out, and then the motorcycle starts coming at them, and this was fire.
Yeah.
Tyler stuck a pole through the car, which clotheslined he stuck it into the tire of the motorcycle, which made them flip over, and they're kids, so they just got wiped the fuck out.
He was whooping their ass, bro.
And that was so funny because he bullied the fuck out of
Listen,
them.
there was a point, and I don't remember the scene, but there was a point, and I just told you about it, where he punched a dude in his helmet, and the nigga buckled down, bro. Like this nigga was Thor. It was Thor. What man can do that? Me. He rang his bell. But these kids, bro, I remember he slammed the one kid's arm in the door.
Yeah, he slammed the one kid's arm in the door. He punched one kid because the kid stabbed him in the arm.
Yeah.
He punched the one kid in the chest so hard he easily broke that kid's ribs.
Yeah,
Easy.
bro.
That kid wasn't getting back up.
The older kid, bro, like
he slammed
came
the
up
door in his face and broke the door
bro.
in his face.
He was slapping the shit
He's
out of him,
pissed
bro.
off in his Australian accent.
I'm talking about man slaps. Like I know slapping
Dude, where he
competitions.
knocked him down like those Russian bitch slap competitions.
Bro, did you see the recent meme of dude whipped cream slapping that girl? And she was trying to come back with the slap, but she was like sleep on her feet.
Hilarious.
Oh my, that's how he was slapping him, bro. He was slapping the fuck out of him.
I thought it was funny that
It was Rick James level of
Straight
slapping,
up.
bro. Like,
or like Red Man, I slapped shit out you.
but it was like 3, 4, 5 slaps in a row. Like he was slap, huh, bap. Like he was abusing these little kids. Remember when the one little
But I
kid
love
ran
that,
up,
though, he
like
wasn't
he tried to stab him or tried
yeah.
to shoot him, but he smacked the gun and then shot the teenage kid
Oh,
in
my
like in
God.
like the hand, and then he like kicked the shit out that other little dude, made him like flip across the goddamn parking lot.
Yeah, he threw.
Bro.
Yeah, he took one kid and just like threw him up against the side of the van. He took one kid,
Fire.
threw him across the thing, and then kicked the motorcycle on his leg. So I broke the kid's legs right there just by
Bro,
kicking that shit on it.
he was getting busy.
But that's when they run and they go in the sewer, and that's when they call Hopper. He's like, I'm in the worst fucking. I told you to get rid of the kid. He's like, I don't care what the fuck you said. I'm in the worst smelling sewer in history. We just got attacked by the Goonies from hell.
Yeah.
He was like, and I need you to call somebody. He owes me something. And then then Hopper comes and they both get out of the sewer and they get in the car together and they go back to his house.
What's his real name so we can stop calling him Hopper?
His name is
I
David
can't
Harbour.
remember. David Harbour.
We just looked that up before.
Hopper's a beast though. So Hopper gets him, man. He takes him back to so like he gets him, takes him back to his little spot. He kept talking about his wife. I never saw a wife.
Yeah, he even
Thought that was kind of weird.
Well, he does leave. He goes, I gotta go tell my. That's probably his safe house or something, like
Yeah.
where nobody knows where it's at. He goes, I gotta go kiss the wife goodnight. So he leaves Chris Hemsworth there.
It's like that was like his his handler or whatever you call that.
Mm-hmm.
Like whoever was in charge of shit or he had to report to. I feel like that's what it meant.
Yeah, but that's when you see Chris Hemsworth or Tyler and Avi have this heart to heart. I like that scene.
Yeah, that's
that
a
was
dope
probably
scene.
the best dialogue scene in the movie, in my opinion.
That brought everything together.
Yeah, it did.
That 100% brought everything together. It made the movie make a little bit of difference.
And that's where you see why exactly, because that's where you see why Tyler doesn't care to die because of the loss of his son. Which is what
yeah,
gets
he lost
into.
his son to lymphoma.
Yeah,
His son was 6
when he
years
was
old.
6 years old. He hasn't seen his wife in a very long time. Doesn't even know where she's at.
And he said, because Avi was like, "Are you always brave?" And he was like, "I'm not brave." I think he started telling the story, and he was like, he said he wasn't brave because he said he got deployed when his son was sick because he couldn't be around it.
But he didn't get deployed. He
Or he like
chose to go.
volunteered or
Yeah,
something.
he wanted to go.
He volunteered to go because, and Avi was like, "Well, you couldn't bear to see it." He was like, "Yeah, pretty much." He was like, "Yep," with the tears in his eyes. Real good scene.
It was. It
Real
was
good
good
scene.
acting on Chris Hemsworth's part and the kid's part. So okay, that's when. So he has that heart to heart with Avi, and then he goes downstairs. You know, he's got his sling on, and Hopper's back down there, and they're having a drink.
Hopper.
He even gets takes one of his Percocet from him.
He had them ice cottons.
He's like, I only need 2.
Yeah.
And you know why he's doing that too? And they're both like, taking drinks, and he goes, he's like, so he's a little tipsy at this point. He goes, God, that kid's a fucking corpse.
Yeah.
He's a walking corpse. Like, he's like, no matter what happens, that kid's fucked. Like, you know what I mean? He's like basically trying to like, he's beginning the cell. Where he's gonna start building it up, and then he was saying like, no matter what, like,
Hopper was definitely not that much of a friend in this.
And he
was more about self. He was like way about himself.
I like David Harbour's acting in that part too. Like, it was really good. And them two were like great in the movie, really. And David Harbour didn't have that big of a part, but I still thought he was good. But anyway,
right.
So he was saying that he should go up and put a bullet in his brain, because that'd be mercy. It'd be the easiest way out for him. He goes, they like to start with the ears, and he's getting into all these gruesome details to make him like kind of like want to maybe go kill him. Because like, what are you gonna do for him after this?
Yeah.
And then he gets into the cell point. Do you remember what it was?
You talking about when?
Like, the biggest reason why he should kill this kid.
Yeah, what was it? $10 million.
He was like, you know how much he's worth? Because he like didn't, because that wasn't reaching him. So he goes, you know how much he's worth? He's like,
it was something else too. He was saying to him to try to convince him. I'm trying to remember. He had some other stupid fucking reason. Maybe it was just him being selfish. Yeah. He was super fucking selfish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He was like, fuck, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was the $10 million. She's like, do you like being a mercenary? Like, I want to move on with my life. I want, like, basically this $10 million will get them out of like having to go fight for their life every day and all the time.
Right.
And obviously the money seemed like it mattered to Tyler in the beginning, because that's why he took the job. But that's not why he took the job. He just took the job because he wants to do those things. He wants to fight because he doesn't care to die. That's the whole point. So I don't think money really matters to him.
Because he grew a connection with that kid. I think that fast.
Yeah, and he's a good person. He's not gonna let this kid just.
And then he had to like talk about his son, and I think it brought out the instincts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't remember how it really just take place, but I know it was a dope ass fight between Hopper and Thor.
Yeah, well, he goes, I'll
busy.
do it for you, and he pulls a gun out.
Hey, Hopper was whooping his ass.
Before that, Tyler elbows him in the nose. He goes, "Don't put your hands on me."
Yeah.
And he was like, you saved my life once. Now I'm gonna save yours. And he takes his gun out, and he was like, just step aside, and then they go at it. Like fucking hard.
Pause.
Hopper had him out of breath, slipped him a couple. That throw.
Oh,
that hip toss onto the table,
that
was
dope.
mean.
When he got him down and he was like, "Stay down." Like, I knew that Chris was gonna come at him and he was gonna like flip. I knew that was gonna happen, but it was dope how they did it.
It was mean,
dude. And David Harbour had to have done all those stunts too, because it didn't look like they used a stunt double really.
Yeah, it didn't look
like they did. And he was Hellboy, so he's used to action stuff too, and he's pretty fit.
Pause.
Well, the fight ended with Hopper on top of Tyler about to stab him with the stick thing. And the kid comes downstairs because he hears the fight, and he ends up having the gun. It's okay.
I forgot.
That's why we're here together.
I forgot.
But the kid has the gun pointed at him, and he goes like, "I know this looks bad." And then he immediately was going to come at the kid, so the kid shoots him twice in the chest.
Body.
And that was some dope acting right there on a death scene right there for sure. Out of David Harbour, because it sounded real, and then he went and sat down in the chair and just kind of peacefully died and slowly while Tyler and Avi both sat on the stairs and watched him die. It was a hard scene to watch, because that they didn't. I mean, that was all. It was his fault though for being greedy. He really would just you fought your best friend over the $10 million. Tyler didn't fight you over the $10 million.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like so he's totally in the wrong.
So the kid caught a body. He cried about it. He was sad. You know what I mean? But he had to do what he had to do.
And it was foreshadowing with the conversation they just had about where you look at his dad and like, you just killed someone's dad that day. It would have been more subliminal if they made that character a dad. That would have been nuts.
Oh. Okay, remember I was talking about the foreshadowing. Sorry. About him underwater in the beginning. And remember the kid was talking to him. He was like, you don't drown by falling in the river.
Yeah, I love that.
You drown by staying submerged in it.
Yeah, right.
So remember
and he
I
said,
who
told you that? And he goes, it was just in a book. And I think that meant something to him too. Like, I caught that too.
How do we meet Slickback again?
So, they choose to go to him for help at this point.
Yeah.
Because now, like, he has money on his head. All he cares about is just getting the kid home safe. So he goes back to him. Dude is all beat up.
Yeah, and we're getting into one of the greatest endings in an action movie to me. The action at this end scene.
In a long time, anyway,
and it's
at least.
Yeah,
you know?
And it's the length of it is perfect, but it's more blood and guts.
I still thought it was a pretty realistic fight scene for someone who's like, it's just only two people fighting and then people come in. And I like how the people that come in on the fight scene, like all the people that are coming to help, like we're actually watching this.
Let's start it from the beginning. So they had a plan. Slickback put like a gown on. The kid put a hat on, and they were just trying to make
like an old woman almost.
Yeah.
Like the whole, like, in the car, like all
and
that stuff.
He had the burner. He had the burner.
But they got roadblocks everywhere.
Yeah, and like people were being brought the opposite way that they're going. So it's like military and shit.
And
Because
they
they're
got
come,
pictures
they're
of Avi,
pretty
too.
much probably all there for them.
Right. Well, they
I
got
would think.
pictures of Avi. They're looking at everybody like this.
Yeah, they're
you know?
coming there for them. So they're literally trying to get over the bridge the opposite way. They eventually get solved. Chris Hemsworth is like covering from wherever he's at, like tops of buildings and sometimes on the ground.
He stayed up top at first.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Wow.
But he chose.
Steve Carell, ladies and gentlemen.
That was the strategy. He was gonna stay up top and like snipe and do shit like that, and then slick back, whatever. That's what we'll call him, I guess. He was taking the kid in the car.
Yeah.
So then Chris Hemsworth is trying to take out as many people as possible from his end, trying to like lighten up the bridge, I guess, for when they get there.
So they almost get damn near to where they going. And this whole time, Amir Sears on top of some fucking place watching with hella gold rings. And he got the colonel on the other side with the sniper rifle. So they know they're there. Like they got the whole shit on lock. They stopped him, and he's like, they made Avi take off his hat. When he took off his hat, you know, he did the sweep from under the gown. He killed like 3 soldiers with guns, bro. Bodied them, and it was beautiful.
But he did the same thing. He pulled the thing off. He's got a gun. Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the typical
Yeah.
badass action scene
But-
where you're in disguise kind of
Yeah,
thing.
and it was a lot of that typical, but they did it.
They did it well.
They did it
You're
a
right.
little better. It had
It's
that
because the
extra
choreography.
oomph.
Yeah, it's the choreography.
Yeah,
It's-
that oomph was that oomph they put in was
it
dope.
feels real.
So
That's why I like the Raid so much and shit, because of their choreography, and like those are one of those realistic action movie things. Too.
Yeah. So we got gunfight. Do you have any particular scenes that you like in this gunfight before we break it all the way down?
I liked before the gunfight while Tyler's fighting those people up top.
Yeah.
There was this one scene I thought was dope. He took one dude and literally swung him in the air and hit another dude on purpose and broke the dude's neck backwards.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's where he punched the dude in the helmet.
Oh, okay.
Too,
probably
yeah,
at
like
the
coming
end.
down the steps.
Because
Yeah.
I don't exactly remember him punching the dude. in the
Man,
helmet,
that
but
shit
that's
it was
funny,
so
though.
quick, bro. I just noticed it. It
Yeah.
was hilarious, bro. It was hilarious.
That is funny.
But so I mean, you got gunfight, man. You got Slickback trying to make it across.
Know this too. They're both getting shot a lot.
A
throughout this whole
lot.
thing. A lot.
Like
At
that's one of
point,
my
the
scenes I
Slickback-
was gonna call out. Yeah, he was on the ground. And he was getting
intense, bro.
popped. You saw the
Pop,
blood
pop, pop.
spoils.
It was literally like Final Stand on Call of Duty.
Yeah,
you
bro.
know what I mean?
It's
Bro, that
that
dude was a Terminator, bro.
These niggas was invincible, bro.
They both were the Terminator.
Yeah,
100%.
like they were unstoppable.
They just had one like goal, and they're like not. There
There
it
it
is, right
is.
there. Yeah. They're just like they're not gonna die until their goal is done.
Yeah,
Basically,
that was a dope ass scene.
that was crazy. Bro.
But so while this is happening, you got the rest of Thor's team coming in. You know what I mean? That's when the old girl Nick comes out. You know what I mean? She's ready. You still got the fucking sniper out there. You got a bunch of fucking military and police working for Amir, like literally flooding. It's like 2 on.
It's a whole army with just like a couple people.
Yeah, it's like it comes out to be like maybe 5 on like 100. Or like it's a lot. But it's a lot of stabbing. The knife scenes, bro. You can feel them. Look at that.
I mean, yeah, that whole yeah.
Like,
you
you can
feel
feel
his
it.
emotions. Like he's not like going down. He's fighting to the death.
He
Like,
knows he's
on,
dying.
yeah, he's basically dying right now.
Now it's pretty much a lot of that, but then
This was an unpredictable part.
as soon as you get rooting for Slickback,
Bam.
he take one to the head out of nowhere.
That sucked, man. I was super depressed about that.
Yeah, that sucked. And that's
But I like that they did that because it was unpredictable. I was not expecting him to
Yeah.
get sniped right there.
and that's where you see the colonel. He up there with the sniper rifle. Got busy. It's pretty gruesome at this point. Now it's literally 4 on. The you know what I mean, the overwhelming
sniper.
amount of fucking troops with the sniper man up there. They trying to bring the chopper in to fucking extract. The final part of this extraction. Co-pilot gets bodied by the sniper. The sniper ain't no hoe. The colonel ain't no hoe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, he's
Like,
colonel for a reason.
Yeah.
And then they snipe one of their people. He just drops.
he's literally dropping people. He probably dropped half of Nick's little soldier. You know what I mean? Group. She gets his eye on him though. You know what I
Yeah, she
mean?
does.
She eventually gets her eye on him, and like
She was smart.
this is
how
the
she
only
did it,
thing
too.
she did in the movie really too, and it was like one of the dopest
Yeah.
parts.
They show that she's badass, and I like the position she got into because I feel like that's pretty realistic. She literally got down like on the ground with the sniper
Yeah.
instead of like where he's up top and she's underneath the truck right now is what we're looking at.
Yeah, yeah.
With the tripod and everything. I thought that was sick. And then
Yeah.
fucking finds his ass too.
Super dope.
Like Tyler's just blowing people away with this badass gun.
You got this silence fucking scar or
it's
some
sick
shit,
on it.
and he's taking like when you say these guys are invincible, he's taking a lot of shots, man. He eventually gets hit with the colonel's rifle, and that's right when
pretty much. I think it was like in the back, or like right where your shoulder blade might
Yeah.
be. That's what it looked like to me. But
Like it went
doesn't really show.
through though. Like
yeah, wasn't in a good spot. It's the point where he's coughing up blood.
like anybody else would have been dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like real shit. This nigga was taking bullets like Wolverine.
Fact.
Right as he get hit, that's when Nick takes a shot and bodies him clean. It was beautiful. She bodies the colonel. Stops that sniper rifle shit. And Amir get the Saudi fake. So Nick takes out the colonel. You still got soldiers coming. Chris Hemsworth is still fighting, bro. He runs through a bunch of people. Looks like what he pretty much finishes off the fucking rain of foot soldiers. He gets up. It's all good. The kid he's made it to Nick's little group. You know what I mean? He about to get up out of there. He gets up, turns around. I think he catches a few more bodies and takes one straight through the fucking neck. Like kind of off center a little bit.
Do you remember who shot him?
Was it the older kid that shot him?
Yep, the one with the scar. Yep. And right when you think everything's cool, Nick has Avi. It looks like, it's about to end with a happy ending where he's just going to be really beat up and he's probably going to get saved, and then bam, right in the neck.
Yeah.
By that fucking kid. So that's where that importance comes from.
And then he falls in the water after he gets shot.
But we missed a part.
Fuck this video.
Where that kid with the scar goes in and talks to the dude and has a finger cut off.
Yeah.
So when he came in, he had his finger cut off, and he said, it's a gift. So then whenever you catch that guy, I want to be the one to pull the trigger. And then if you let me do that, I'll give you the other finger.
Right.
And then he said, now, like, I thought the whole part was cool. Like, I liked the scene. I just felt like it goes back to, like, the screenplay. It was kind of, like, lazy. And so what he said was, you keep the other finger as a gift. He's like, but Pete, I'm going to give you some advice. No matter how big of a badass you because the guy said that he wanted to do it because Tyler humiliated him. He goes, well, of course, you're a kid. This dude is, like, a badass, Yeah. So he said, keep your finger. And no matter how big of a badass you think you are, there's always a bigger badass out there. And I hated that quote because that is like the cheesiest quote ever. I heard that when I was 6 by my dad. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's true.
But it is true. But like they could have, like, I don't know. Like usually with like big dialogue scenes like that was an intense scene where like after he said it, it shows the kid like with this intense stare, like it really like that meant something to him. That was deep.
Yeah, and
I feel like they could have said something better than that.
I think a lot of that happened because they didn't. It was more about the action and the job.
Right.
They didn't develop characters enough for like to give you any more of a feel than that.
And I feel
You know
that. I'm reading too much into it. And
No,
you don't
you're not.
expect
You're
that out
not.
of a movie, but that was how I was.
You're
like,
not at all because I'm just saying that would probably be the fault of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if you don't build them enough, then like they can't give you nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They can't give you no other personal if you ain't really been personal
True.
the whole movie. As we said, Chris Hemsworth, you know what I mean, gets shot in the neck, a little off
By
center.
the kid. And he
By
got
the
to
same kid.
pull the trigger like he asked.
Yeah.
Even though like, and he did it himself, so he probably feels like a badass at it. And I hate that. I hate that.
He got the drop on him.
Yeah, I hate that.
He probably just hid the whole time. Camper.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking camper. So he falls in the water. The boy gets away. It fast forwards to Avi in his little swim class thing.
Well, he falls off the bridge. There goes your foreshadowing.
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the
But
last thing he
I'm about to break it down.
Well, he fell off the bridge. Yeah, into the water. That's the last thing you see. And then the kid with the scar looks over the water to make sure that he killed him, and you don't see any.
You don't really see
you
bubbles.
Don't see nothing. You don't see
nothing.
blood. You don't see nothing.
Yeah, yeah. So we go to Avi in swim class, or whatever that was. He does.
I think he was just swimming.
He does. I think so too. Because didn't he stay down there for a little while?
Yeah, but while that's going on too, there's a big thing. Nick goes into the bathroom where that leader was pissing.
Yeah, this is the final ending.
Yeah,
and that was a beautiful cinematic.
That was super cool, and I love how she was dressed too.
Like, it was silent with the silencer.
Mm-hmm.
He was taking a piss.
Yeah, right in like where you're most vulnerable in the bathroom.
Yeah, she just walked up, gave him a look, tapped him,
mm-hmm.
hit the ground. She walked out elegantly, tap.
Yeah,
Two more
right.
taps, the double tap.
I wasn't expecting her to be ruthless at all in the movie.
Movie was fire. Like,
yeah, it was.
As we talk about it and the way it ended, it was fire. It was quick. It wasn't a long movie.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty much what you see is what you get.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of reading into it.
It was fire.
And that's happening while you're seeing Avi going up to the high dive.
So once Avi comes back up, real quick, you see the nigga in the military.
He was meditating under the water too.
Yeah, he was doing the meditation.
And that's kind of funny because none of them told each other that they did that. At least they don't show that they did that.
But they had that bond.
Yeah, right.
We were talking about the writing, but they did a good job of building relationships in the quick manner that they did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But anyway, so Avi sees, and I'm about to break down the whole foreshadowing thing. So Avi sees Thor in the distance, which you would assume is Thor. They didn't show his face; he was blurry, but you know it's him.
They blurred his whole body out. It's a his figure. So, can I tell you why he did that before you say anything? They did that on purpose because the movie was getting pulled both sides of how they wanted to do it. Like the people he had watch it. So some people wanted him to keep going so you can make another one, and other people liked that he died because it was good for the storyline that he went out like that.
Oh yeah, is that what happened?
So they made it blurry on purpose, so then it's open, so he can choose to do with whatever. Who like now after we all see it, what we think if we want him to be in another.
And that's another cliche action movie trope too. You know what I mean? Like you don't know if you live.
And I know that's a fact because I watched a thing on it where they literally said that, like he admitted it.
But so you see that now to the foreshadowing thing, him falling in the water and surviving, the whole him holding his water under breath at the beginning, the boy saying you only drown if you stay submerged. I feel like all those things was telling us that he lived. All those things were pointing to the fact that when he fell in that water, he was Gucci.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was like a big foreshadow thing, which like I said, I didn't even peep or think about until my lady said it. You know what I mean? They told it to you twice. You know what I mean? Like, so even though you just said that, I feel like that was another part they was giving like, yeah, he's good. You know what I mean? Like,
I think they probably are leaning towards more of bringing him back, because why show the figure at all?
Yeah, and the way he looked in the water before he fell too.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
kinda
they're
like,
leading up.
I feel like it flashed in his head.
Right.
He kept seeing his son at the ocean. You know what I mean? Like,
But see now,
it was kind of like a rebirth,
Right.
like symbolization, like kind of thing, bro. And I thought that was dope. And like I said, bro, like same thing you said. I agree with the lack of writing, but they did a damn good job of compacting like the ideas of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they did it in such a quick fashion. But like the second watch is really important.
right.
Like the second watch is dumb important.
I agree. Because like I didn't like it really the same. I wasn't paying attention more of the story because I was like I felt like it was kind of like
Yeah.
amateurish.
But if you catch
But
some
it is
shit-
amateurish. He is an amateur. You know, he was a stunt choreographer. This is his first movie, so I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. And you can see the stunt choreography like mind that he has. Obviously, like
stunt choreography is
he might be
amazing.
a new Michael Bay at some point. You never know. You know, and I think Michael Bay is a shitty director. I just think he's good with like the stunt stuff.
Oh, what? Why?
Whoa,
just saying.
rude, man.
Some of his stuff is all right, but like when I saw Battleship, it ruined it for me. Oh my.
Yeah, it was
fucking
trash.
God.
All right. So overall take on the movie, Shane. I'm gonna let you go first.
I'll give it 4 puffs.
You give it 4
For
puffs.
the action.
Wait. You gave Invisible Man 4 puffs.
No, I didn't. I changed it to 5 in the video. I did.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I said. Yeah, I said.
You
I
said 5,
4.
then you said 4.5.
Well, but what I did was I gave it 4 because I felt like it's hard to give movies 5s, and then but then when you look, I don't know. I kind of agreed with you. I gave it 5, but I give this one a 4, so it's basically a B, and I only give it because the action keeps you entertained throughout the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? Like regardless.
I don't know if I want to give it 4 puffs.
Well, you give it 3, 3.5. I give it 4 because it's a fun movie. I'd recommend it.
I'll go with 4 puffs. 3.5 sounds too harsh.
Because I'm thinking like a
But
C
4
sounds
kind of
bad.
sounds too much. You know what I mean? Like, but
But like a B,
I will
would you
say
think a
again,
B? You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
a
When you say
B.
it as a letter, B is not that like a 4 B, you know, and C. Would
I'll
be
give
a
it.
3.
I'll give it 4 puffs just off sheer entertainment value. So I'm going 4 puffs. We're going 4 puffs. So we got a 4 puff movie. Fire. I will say it's fire. It's not enough to put flame on my hands at all, but fire.
Though.
Here you go. Finger flame. It gets one of those. But yeah, man, definitely worth checking out. You guys should definitely watch it. Shane, if you don't have anything else,
I don't. Next week we're gonna do
what are we doing?
or Snowpiercer.
What? What did he say?
He said you guys are fucked.
Snowpiercer.
Or next episode, I should say. It doesn't have to be in a week, but Snowpiercer.
It'll be in a week. Every Saturday, y'all gonna see us. But before we do get out, leave your comments, man, on every video. Please hit the like we said. Please hit the subscribe. Let us know what y'all think. Drop some movies y'all want us to watch, and we'll watch that shit too.
Yeah, please, that'd be fun.
You know what I mean? Eventually, we're gonna hit the classics.
And then, because that would be fun, because if we don't like the movie and you like the movie, you can tell me why you like the movie, and I think that'd be fun.
Shut up, Shane.
Oh yeah, I just want to know why. Maybe it'll change my mind or whatever. You know?
Shut up, Shane. God, man. This has been Watching Shit and Spoiling It, movie reviews with Havel J and Sugar Shane, and we're gonna see y'all next week.
Lynched by Arizona show again.
Some mysterious ways, flood the streets with these sound waves. You can either ride away, but get out. You can sit back, cause I got this on lockdown. I'm hard to see like the Loch Ness. Trying to stop me, you will drown. Bottle up, liquor, pour it